Class, how's it going? This is Isaac Martinez. Today we're going to be talking about selection control structures. All right, so before we get into it, and actually, I should say this, we're going to be using Python as well as AI to accomplish and demonstrate this task. If you're not familiar on how to set your environment up and you're interested in doing so, refer to my video on the announcements page, or the video previous to this one, I should say. Let's get into it. So this is what I'm planning to build for this demonstration. We're going to get the temperature from the user, and then we're going to compare that temperature across multiple criteria. So first of all, it's going to be, is the temperature above 90? If it is, it's going to be too hot. If the temperature is greater than, actually, I should say less than or equal to 90, and greater than 70, then it's just right. So we talk about anywhere between 90 to 70 degrees, so 89, 85, 80, blah, blah, blah. And if it's below 70, if it's below 70, then it's going to be too cold. All right, pretty straightforward. And again, the purpose of this is kind of to illustrate selection control structures. All right, so like I said before, if you're not familiar with the setup, refer to my other video, and you'll figure out how to do it. So here we're going to create a new file called selection control structures. PY. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is do print. Actually, I have to say input. So I want to get the temperatures, right? So I'm going to do temperature equals input the temperature in Fahrenheit. And again, if you don't know how this worked, I'm using GitHub Copilot which is an AI engine to assist me in writing this code. So next thing you'll see is that AI is already recommending this next line of code. Oops. Tab. So temperatures are basically going to take the string that I get from my input, and I'm going to convert it over to an integer. So once it's an integer, I'll be able to do the comparison logic, right? So this is the first piece of comparison logic. So if you did the reading, if statements is basically a way to implement computer logic, right? So if the temperature is greater than 90, and again, going back to my workflow here, if temperature is greater than 90, it's going to be too hot, right? So this is what this first statement is doing. And again, I'm not typing any of this stuff out. This is purely the artificial intelligence actually writing the code for me, right? So next thing I want to do is keep in mind that the AI engine is basically recommending this, which is not what I want, right? So I want to do another else if, and if the temperature is, what did I write down? Is less than or equal to 90. And there you go. AI finished that line for me. So if the temperature is less than or equal to 90 and temperature is greater than or equal to 70. Actually, I don't want it equal to. I'm going to just keep that down. And I'm going to print its side. And then ultimately, on the else, it's too cold outside. Again, if you look at the script, I really didn't do much. Most of the coding was actually done by the AI engine. Okay, so again, we're going to read this through real quick. Temperature input. What's the temperature outside? Into the temperature outside in Fahrenheit. Converting that value to a number, and then comparing that number to our criteria. So above 90. It's too hot outside, less than or equal to 90, it's just right. And the temperature is greater than 70, it's just right again. And then it's too cold outside. So let's try this out real quick, all right? So I'm going to do Python. I can, if you looked at my previous video, you can either use this or the run and debug, or you could just actually just run the script. Oh, it helps if I save it. Sorry about that. Let's try that again. So again, you're just going to do Python and then the name of the file that you created. And I'm going to enter the temperature, right? So if I do 90, it's just right outside. And the reason why this is true is because 90 is equal to, and it falls into this criteria here, this block of logic. Now, if I do the same thing and do 91, it's too hot outside. So you see how that works? Also, let's go ahead and try this next one out. I'm going to do 70 this time. And again, because of the fact that I'm looking for greater than 70, it's not just right, it's too cold. So anything 70 or below it is too cold outside. Now, let's say we wanted to add an additional piece of break here. You could kind of do this for days, but by the way, you can just do if temperature is less than or equal to 70 and temperature is less than, let's say, 50, it is, let's say, chilly outside. For those that you don't know, I realize that this might be a little off your particular measure, but I live in Florida, so very, very susceptible to cold weather. I don't like it. So anything below 70, which is what this morning is, I'm wearing a sweater. Anyway, so let's try this again. So I'm going to do 70, and it's chilly outside. And again, if I do 50 here, oops, it's too cold outside. And again, so just wanted to kind of demonstrate this. Again, the use of AI, how selection control structures work, and how that looks in a workflow diagram. All right. Hopefully this has been of value to you. As always, leave comments and let me know if anything I can do to improve it. Thank you. Bye-bye.